welcome to my channel, Made by Cath Craft. Thanks so much for joining me today, where I'm going to talk about my May fabric haul and my sewing plans. And I'm really excited about some of the fabrics I have, so I can't wait to share them with you. Before I start talking about all the lovely fabrics I've got, I just wanted to say a thank you to Lisa at And Sew On for recommending me on her YouTube channel, and thank you so much to everyone who subscribed or commented since seeing Lisa's video. I really appreciate you joining me on my channel too. So, before I start on the fabrics, I just wanted to chat briefly about what I'm wearing today. This is one I got out of my cupboard that I haven't worn for a while actually, and it's actually a free pattern that I sewed up a while ago, and I thought I'd share it in case you hadn't come across it. And it's this one here. It's the Maria Denmark Kirsten kimono tee. So it's quite a straightforward t-shirt pattern with little cap sleeves, which I think are quite nice. I think I came across it originally when someone had posted a list of free patterns to download, and to be able to download this one, all you need to do is subscribe to the Maria Denmark newsletter on their website, and then you can download this pattern. And what I really like about this pattern is it's a great scrap buster. So this fabric here, I actually originally used to make a Freya dress by Tilly and the Buttons, and I had a little bit left over because it was one of the earlier things I made, and at that point I was still getting to know how much fabric I needed for each project. So I had enough left over to be able to make this top. And I really like it actually, and I think it could be a great wardrobe staple. So that's the Kirsten kimono t-shirt, and I'll put the details down below. The only one thing I note, if you do fancy trying it, is that seam allowances aren't included in the pattern, so you need to add those on before cutting out the pattern pieces. So that's that. So let's start on my fabric. So I've got about 6 or 7 fabrics to talk about today, and the first one is one from Sew Me Sunshine, and this might look a little bit familiar. It's an Atelier Brunette double gauze, and this is in an Amarante colourway. I'm not sure if I'm saying that quite right. So I talked about a cream one I made last month, and I made that into a chalk and notch fringe top pack. And I couldn't resist this beautiful, it's sort of like a rich red colour as well. And I love the Atelier Brunette double gauzes because they're beautifully soft, they're really nice to sew with. So I got the red one, and I got this last month, as I said, from Harriet at Sew Me Sunshine, and I've already cut it out because I suddenly made a decision on what I was going to make after umming and ahhing for a little bit, and I decided I was going to make this pattern here, the Deer and Doe Mayo Sotis dress. So I've made one of these dresses before, and it's a lovely pattern. So it's got a couple of different options, but you can add a ruffle to the bottom. It's kind of like a smock dress, and it's fairly loose in style with side and bottom darts, and you can add ruffled sleeves, and it's got a mandarin collar and a placket at the front, and it sews up really nicely. The instructions are great, and I've made one before, and the version I'm going to make this time, which is actually very similar to the one I made before, is this simple top with the plain sleeves, but then I'm going to add a ruffle on the skirt, and I'll probably add waist ties again, because I find it pulls it in that little bit, because it is quite a loose fitting smock dress, and otherwise it can feel a bit big on me. So that's what I'm planning to make with this double gauze. So I'm really excited about that, because I think that'll slip really well into my summer wardrobe. The next fabric, which is also from Harriet at Sew Me Sunshine, is this blue check cotton. It's quite a navy blue and quite a small check. And I know I've been all about the checks recently, I've had a couple of check makes, but I saw this one and I just thought that's quite pretty and a bit different to what I've had before. And I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to make this one, but I think what I'm going to make is actually a new pattern of mine that I got when I bought this, which is the Calais shirt dress, or Calais shirt by Closet Case Patterns. And I've seen this pattern around a while, and I know it's a popular one, but I hadn't had a go of it, and I've been wanting to, and I thought it might be quite cute in this fabric. So there's a few different options in the back. You can see the kind of cropped version, a middle version, and then kind of a longer dress. And I really don't know which one to do. I think I've got 2 meters of this fabric, so I could make any of the versions I wanted, and I'm not quite sure, and I'm not sure if I've got some buttons actually, so I might need to think about that too. But I thought I'd give that a go, because I always think that Calais shirts and Calais shirt dresses look lovely when they pop up on Instagram. So yeah, that's what I was planning. So I've done a couple of Closet Case patterns before, and I do like them, and I like their instructions. So I'm quite looking forward to a new pattern, because I've done a few remakes and reusing old patterns recently. So I'm looking forward to giving a new pattern a go. So that's that one. It's lovely cotton. It's quite soft, and I think it should be nice to sew with. So that's my second pattern and my second plan. Now my third one is from Minerva.com, And this is actually a selfless sew. It's a project for someone else. And you might be able to guess from the kind of type of fabric what I might be making. This is check red and green fabric. And I'm planning on making some pajama bottoms, and they're going to be for my husband. I don't often sew for my husband, but recently a pair of his pajama bottoms, ready to wear ones, got a hole in the knee. And I said, look, let me just make you some. It's going to be much easier than trying to figure out which size is best on the internet and getting the right length. And I might have to change the length anyway. So I'm going to give, I've already cut them out. So that's in the pipeline too. And I'm going to use an old pattern of mine, this one here, which is a Simplicity pattern, pyjama bottoms. And I don't have a lot of big 4 patterns actually. When I started sewing, I sewed a couple, and then I discovered the indie sewing patterns, and I've mainly sewed those since. So I'm quite looking forward to going back to one of the big 4 ones, because their style of instructions is a little bit different. And having a go of that, and hopefully I'll be able to make some pyjama bottoms that fit my husband just right. And I think the fabric's quite jolly, so that'll be just a quick sew for him. And then when I got that, I also got some other fabric from Minerva, which I'm really excited about, which is this fabric here. And it's it's really cute. It's green with a sort of geometric black design on. And this is a Viscose jersey. I haven't sewn with Viscose jersey a lot, but I bought this specifically for a pattern I got recently, which did say Viscose jersey particularly will be good for the extra stretch it has. So I've got quite a lot of this fabric because it needs quite a lot. And the pattern is the Sew Over It Georgie dress. And I don't have a print out of that because I bought that since the lockdown, and I downloaded the PDF version, and we're trying to kind of not print too much because I need to print all my son's homework as well and everything, so I'm keeping it on my screen. So I'll pop a picture up of the Georgie dress anyway. And so that's my plan for that one. And I've printed out, I got the actual pattern pieces printed out using an online printing service, Net Printer Patterns. So that was my first time using those, and those arrived last week. So I'm looking forward to cutting those out and getting started. So the Georgie dress by Sew Over It, as I said, I'll put a picture up, but it comes with 2 options, and I'm choosing version 2, which is the one that's suitable for a Viscose jersey. And it's kind of like a wrap dress with a gathered skirt. And I've seen some lovely versions on Instagram, and I think it will look really pretty in this fabric. And it's nice to give another new pattern a go. Yeah, so this fabric was from Minerva. I think it's a Lady McElroy fabric, but I really love it, and I'm really looking forward to that because I haven't made a Sew Over It pattern for a while, so I'm looking forward to giving that one a try. And the next fabric, I saw it on Instagram go by, and I just couldn't resist it, and it's a bit of a fun one, and it's this one here. And have a look at that print, isn't that cute? It's kittens on a black background. I can show you on me for scale. But yeah, I saw that on Instagram, I couldn't resist it. So this is a Viscose, and I got it from Ditto Fabrics, and this is my first time of ordering from Ditto Fabrics. They're an independent shop, I think they're based in Brighton, and yeah, so I ordered online from them, and yeah, when it came I found it really interesting actually, because it's a bit different to Viscose I've experienced before. It's not a flat weave Viscose, it's got an almost crepe texture, and it's got a slight sheen to it, but it's really lovely. Yeah, I'm really excited to sew with it because it's a bit of fun, I think. And I'm not 100% sure what my plans are for this one. I got 2 meters to give myself a bit of flexibility with what to do, but my thoughts are possibly a blouse, and I'm quite tempted to reuse a pattern I made fairly recently, which is the Megan Nielsen Sudley blouse. Equally, I also really like the Avid Seamstress the blouse, which I was wearing a version of this in my last video, if you want to have a look at that. So those are 2 patterns I'm thinking of. I also quite fancy the idea of making a Tilly and the Buttons indigo dress out of it, but it is a little bit sheer, so I'm not sure if that will be the best option. But it's lovely fabric. I love the kittens, and yeah, I can't wait to have a sew of this one and sew it into something fun. So yeah, that's that one. So I'm really excited about that one. And when I was buying that from Ditto Fabrics, I also spotted some Chambray that was really reasonably priced, and this is why I got this one too. So again, I got 2 meters of this chambray, and it's a bit creasy because I've already washed that one. It's lovely soft chambray, and I've been looking for some chambray for a while of this kind of mid-blue colour, because I've been wanting for a while to make a one of these, which is a Darling Ranger's dress, and quite similar to the dress the model's wearing, because I've made one version before, which I'll put up on the screen, and it's a sort of more decorative version with flowers on it, again in a chambray, but I really fancied having a plain version because I thought that would be really a kind of a wardrobe staple and be really useful. So, and I really like the Darling Ranger's pattern, so I'm planning to do this version, some different versions, but yeah, so this version here. Ooh, lighting. So I'm looking forward to that one because as I said, that's been kind of in my mind that I want to do for a while. And so there's just one more fabric to talk about today, and this is one that's again really creased because I've already washed it, but look at that, isn't it so cute and funky? It's a sort of mustard splodge leopard print viscose, and I'd seen this go by a few times on Instagram and I kept resisting, and then eventually I just thought, oh, I just love it. I don't know what I'm going to make with it, but I just had to have it. It's really lovely and soft, and it's such a fun colour. I'm hoping I'll be able to make something summery, and I think I've got 1.5 metres, so probably a top. But I'm not sure. If you've got any ideas of what you might think might look best, then please do drop me a line underneath. But yeah, I just really love it. I'm not sure it's even my colour, but I don't care. It's fun. And that was from Fabric Godmother. So that's my final fabric. So I've got lots of exciting plans. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get done in May because I've got my son's birthday this month, so I've got to prepare for that. And also we're already a few days into May, and I've got a couple of refashioning projects I'm also doing as part of Me Made May to kind of try and make a couple of things I've already made in my wardrobe work better for me. So we'll see how I get on, but hopefully I'll be back either at the end of May or June to talk about what I've made and show you some of these things transformed into garments. So yeah, thank you very much for watching again today, and yeah, if you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you would. If you have any comments, I'd love to hear from you down below, or questions, and yeah, have a great day, and thanks again.